Here we have in Hawaii 9 cops on paid leave for racial harassment and 3 other deputy sheriffs that have been arrested. This is insane, the number of cops in trouble for racism towards their colleagues. In this case, it's racism towards other cops, black cops, which seems to be the common factor with a lot of cops. Racism towards black people, either being black citizens or their black colleagues. Uh, this goes to show, it's not just one bad apple, it's dozens and hundreds and thousands of bad apples.
First F5, state deputy sheriffs have arrested yet another one of their own for alleged misconduct. There are now 9 deputy sheriffs under criminal investigation. As our Mahealani Richardson found out, they're tied to multiple cases.
The latest state deputy sheriff to be arrested works in the airport division. We sat down in a one-on-one interview with the director of the Department of Law Enforcement, who talked about 3 separate investigations. At 8:30 this morning, the Department of Law Enforcement's Criminal Investigations Division arrested 40-year-old Deputy Sheriff William Kekiahi for alleged reckless endangering and harassment, and then released him pending further investigation.
It's what we consider misconduct.
In a separate investigation over allegations of racial harassment, 2 sheriff's deputies, 40-year-old Sergeant Eric Mitamura, who's a supervisor, and Alvin Turla, were arrested for harassment, a misdemeanor offense. Both work in the Capital Central Patrol Division. Hawaii News Now learned there were several alleged incidents. One involves a black deputy sheriff during field training and racially charged comments about fried chicken.
That type of behavior, will not be tolerated. When you look at here we are in 2024, it's somewhat disheartening. Apparently it's been going on for months, but it was not brought to our attention until the latter part of May.
Jordan Lowe, Department of Law Enforcement Director, says 3 sheriff's deputies, including the 2 arrested, are on paid administrative leave, stripped of their
Pretty wild how
deputies, including the 2 arrested.
It's pretty wild how these 2 people were being racist towards a black person when if they were being racist to white people, those people would consider these people Asian, not understanding or even caring the difference between Polynesian people and Asian people. It's you're pretty much supporting white supremacy when you're being racist towards other POCs, especially as a cop. And it's just sometimes mind-blowing how racist POC cops are towards other POCs, especially black people. Why is it always black people? I mean, you may question it or wonder why cops have an inclination to be the most racist towards black people. It's because cops were created from slave patrollers. Just look back in U.S. history. Slave patrollers became Confederate military, and then after the Civil War, a lot of them who left the military became cops and prison wardens.
Are on paid administrative leave, stripped of their gun, badge, and IDs, but he wouldn't give details about the incidents.
We made sure that the deputy that was the target was moved or transferred to a different section for his own well-being and for his own safety.
In a third investigation, Lowe said 5 sheriff's deputies are on paid administrative leave for a criminal and administrative probe.
With these multiple investigations, does this?
When regular people get in trouble with the law, they're never on paid administrative leave. But for some reason, cops are somehow special. So when they break the law, they just get put on administrative leave. They get to stay home while they're being investigated, and taxpayers still have to pay them. Isn't that pretty insane?
Does this reflect on the general culture of your department?
A general culture, no. We have good deputies out there doing their job, doing the best they can, and as in any organization, you're going to have these isolated incidents.
There are roughly 250 sheriff's deputies.
You can't really call it isolated incidents when it's happening, every day, 3 or 4 times a day, 5 times a day, where you have cops going to jail for either racism, some kind of harassment, some kind of abuse, extreme force, or some other violation of the law. That's not an isolated incident. It's a pattern that needs to be fixed.
Deputies in the newly created Department of Law Enforcement, which split from corrections and rehabilitation.